NASA astronauts' 40-year-old secret exposed in classified space documents. A NASA astronaut kept an amazing secret for more than 4 decades, and it's just now starting to make sense. This is according to what a documentary has recently revealed. Gordon Cooper was an American aerospace engineer. He was a test pilot and the youngest of 7 astronauts in NASA's Project Mercury. In 1963, Cooper piloted the longest and last Mercury spacecraft, the Mercury Atlas 9. The space flight, Mercury Atlas 9, that was during a 34-hour mission. He became the first American to spend an entire day in space, and the first to sleep in space, and the last American launched on an entirely solo orbital mission. His mission came just 1 year after the Cuban Missile Crisis, and so, along with his usual NASA task, the government asked him to photograph as much of the Earth as possible to get an idea of any Soviet advancements. But a recent YouTube channel movie, the video The Richest, revealed how he ran his own project alongside set tasks during a mini-series. The narrator explained that Cooper was instructed to observe any effects zero gravity would have on the human body, and then after a period of time he would return to Earth safely. The public were only aware of those 2 tasks, but a lot of the mission objectives were classified, and one of them included taking a lot of photos. He took over 5,000 images. But this was not just to shoot some pretty nice pictures. There was another objective involved in taking all these space images, including the Soviet Union, to search for hidden Soviet nuclear bases and submarines as he was flying over that location. Cooper would then mark on a map where these potential locations were off the United States coast. Invaluable information for U.S. defense, of course. As Cooper was searching for these destructive areas, he found something else as well. Something that did not make any sense. The series went on to reveal that Cooper noticed several anomalies around the Earth, but he apparently did not tell NASA about them on touchdown. He saw these magnetic anomalies through the camera, but they weren't the correct size or shape by nuclear holding facilities, and many were in the shallow waters around the Caribbean. This grabbed hold of Cooper, and he had to find out what these bizarre marks were. So he made another map of the anomaly locations. During his time in orbit, Cooper completed 22 revolutions around the Earth. He was also on the last single manned space mission, but the anomalies played on his mind, and for reasons unknown, he never told NASA about his bizarre findings. Instead, he wanted to find out what they were himself. He kept it to himself for 40 years, setting off on a self-provided mission during his spare time. And as he investigated, he realized many of these oddities were scattered through old Spanish ship trade routes, making him wonder if the blips were shipwrecks. Now, Cooper passed away in 2004, but his efforts were not in vain. The series continued. They said he looked up known ships that had sunk in those areas, and from what he found, the research seemed to suggest that he was right. But eventually, time and life caught up with Cooper. Due to his illness, Cooper was unable to continue his research, and so in 2004 he passed on the task to his close friend, Darryl Miklos, who received every piece of paper. Miklos had a lot of resources and experience under his belt, but he needed financing, and this was where the Discovery Channel came in. The show was titled Cooper's Treasure, and is believed to be worth billions of dollars in gold and other valuable items found. The information from all Cooper's notes turned out to be accurate, and Miklos and his crew made a number of very great discoveries during this journey. The series was first released 2017, and it had a second series 2018. It's unclear whether there are plans for a third. To date, the biggest discovery made was an anchor for one of Christopher Columbus's ships, dated to have been used between 1492 and 1550. You can imagine. And this is one of the things that Cooper saw from space. And we don't know what else, but hopefully they'll be informing us shortly. This is by Callum Horn, Express UK. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.